Does it ever feel like you're a marketing professional just speaking into the void? Well, with LinkedIn ads, you can know you're reaching the right decision makers. You can even target buyers by job title, industry, company, seniority, skills. Wait, did I say job title yet? Get started today and see how you can avoid the void and reach the right buyers with LinkedIn ads. We'll even give you a $100 credit on your next campaign. Get started at linkedin.com/results. Terms and conditions apply.
With a major selection of the looks your kiddos love starting at just $4 in the Walmart app, a new school year means a stylish new them. Who knew? Find skater skirts and Crocs that say, I'm casual but cool. Sparkly sneakers that say, it's my classroom, you're just learning in it. And preppy polos that say, I'm the teacher's pet, even if they're mommy's menace at home. Find their favorite styles starting at just $4 in the app. The Walmart you thought you knew is now new.
Be selfish, okay? Tell your mom to get over it. Be selfish in this process. We're going to force you to be selfish in this process because it's the only way you're going to truly find your best fit. Hello, everyone, and thanks for tuning in to the latest edition of FranCoach's Franchising 101 podcast. I am Tim Parmeter, founder and CEO of FranCoach and your podcast host. Today, we are going to talk about a very kind of unusual trait you need to have when you are looking at franchises. It's actually something we have gone our entire life being told not to do, and it is actually crucial in finding the best franchise don't. In fact, as a child, there's no way I'm the only person that got their middle name invoked when it was Timothy Martin, stop being selfish. Yes, selfish. That is the thing you have to be in this process looking at franchises. We're going to talk about, like, really? That's okay. That's okay to be, why you need to, and all the things that can keep us from doing it. That's coming up. First, a quick reminder of who we are. FranCoach is, we are really here. We are the premier franchise consulting firm. Our number one goal has nothing to do with selling people anything. We don't sell. Our goal is to properly educate you on franchise ownership to determine if you should own one. If so, we're going to help you find your absolute best fit, which guess what? Involves being a little selfish. It's not anybody else's best fit. Again, it is your best fit. That is us. What we're going to talk about today is you. It's everyone's favorite topic to talk about is themselves and how we need to be selfish when we are looking at franchises. So why is that? Why is this key? Why is this important? Well, looking at a franchise is the most individualized and personalized process you will ever go through outside of possibly being married. Okay. You got to find your person, no matter what anybody else says, right? I am quite sure my wonderful, beautiful wife, Danielle, had everybody around her, family, friends, she probably still has people in her ear about this. What are you doing marrying this old, bald dude that actually lives in another state? Just seems absolutely ridiculous. But somehow I am her person. She is mine, right? I don't have to be anybody else's. I just have to be hers and vice versa. It's the same thing when we're looking at a franchise, right? And you mutually have to find your best person. I can think she's my best person and I could say, will you marry me all day long? But until she says yes, until she actually goes through with it, it ain't happening. It should be the exact same way with the franchise. It is mutually your best fit, but also that franchise should be vetting you to know that you are their best fit. Okay. So where does this selfish thing come into play a little bit more? So remember, what are the three most important things in finding the best franchise? We've talked about it numerous times on this show, and I'm going to say it again, but all three of these things, the common denominator is you. Number one, we always say is the get out of bed test. You're the one that has to get your booty out of bed every day and go run your business. What are you good at? What do you want to do? What do you not want to do? How does that align with what that franchise envisions for an owner? That's the get out of bed test. Number two is the people. People, and when we talk about this, it is as your staff. What kind, how many, what are they doing? Customers, what kind, You kind of need customers as a business owner. So understanding that customer profile, how does that best fit with what you want? And then things in the community. How much are we talking? Who are we talking to? What are we talking about? You got to have a little pride of ownership, folks, with the logo that you're wearing, right? And then the third piece is the franchisor themselves. Part of this is still the people, kind of their overall culture, their leadership team, their support team. Does it feel like they know what the hell they're doing? Does it feel like they've got your back and they're going to support you? Do you feel like you're in the right room? Those are the three things. And again, what's common about all of those? They are specific to you. What your get out of bed test is maybe totally different than mine and vice versa. Your best franchise for you is going to be completely different than mine. Same thing for the people, same thing for the franchisor. Okay. So we can understand those as we kind of talk through them, but then there's always going to be these factors that get in the way of this, right? And so what are some of these external factors that are gonna get in our way on being selfish and really focusing on us? Well, number one is probably memories of getting in trouble by mom as a kid. Like, stop being selfish. You're not supposed to be selfish. All of the different selfish lectures we have gotten over the years. Perhaps we still get them from our spouses. We probably still give them when we have children, right? We've kind of been brainwashed into this, right? The other couple big external factors is the good old internet, folks. It is amazing for many, many things, but there's just, I don't know if you're aware of this, there might be some misinformation out there. And sometimes it's not necessarily completely misinformation, but it's misinformation for us individually. Again, we have to be selfish, right? You're going to see things out there. Oh, this is the top franchise. This is the best one. This is the hottest industry. Like, all of those different kind of buzzy words that are going to get us on the internet. They're going to get us on social media. They're going to catch us on, especially on YouTube, with all the YouTube bait and click crap, right? And yes, we have a YouTube channel that I get in trouble for trying to not be bait and clicky. And it doesn't mean any of the things that they're talking about, this is the best franchise or this is the best industry. It doesn't mean those are bad, but are they the best thing for you? What the internet doesn't know is doesn't know you, and it doesn't know all the things that you're looking for. And again, even going back to how we build this out, we take a lot of time to get to know you as the individual before we start doing the research, right? So the internet is always there. It's always at our fingertips. We always have our phones, whatever it is, to be able to let that get in our way. The other thing, external factor that can keep us from being selfish in this process is our dearly beloved friends and family, right? The internet has all these things that are going to be top and best. They don't know you. Friends and family, they've got their opinions. Opinions are like, you know what? Everybody's got one. They all stink. This external factor, your friends and family, they think they know you, but they know you in the way that they know you. They don't have the true kind of introspective look. They're not in you, right? And so being able to really understand what is truly best when you build this out, the get out of bed test, the people, the franchisor, those things, friends and family, they're not involved in that. Like, oh, you're looking at this franchise. Oh, there's always fail. Oh, there's always so much competition. My friends, cousins, brothers, ex-girlfriends, wife's husband owned that and it sucked and they failed. So, right? It's hard to be able to not get caught up in those stories, especially the people that are closest to us. But they're not you. They're not the ones getting out of bed every day. They're not the ones having the conversations with the franchisors. Okay. The other thing you have to remember is like all of those kind of external factors are really there to cause fear. And I saw something, a study not so long ago. There were actually only two fears we are technically born with: the fear of loud noises and falling / heights, right? I guess you really don't worry about falling when you're standing on the ground necessarily, right? So those are the only two things. Everything else is learned, right? And where are those things learned? Friends, family, internet, okay? And so we get caught up in the external versus what is really us, okay? So when we are able to and allow ourselves to be selfish, what are we doing? We're really understanding, like, selfish. It's the definition. It's all I'm worried about is me. What I want to do every day. Who do I want to be around? Who do I want supporting me and how? Right? When we really focus on those, and then let's be honest, it helps to have a team like FranCoach that's also going to, we're the enablers in this game, right? So when your mom yells at you for being selfish, like, just blame FranCoach. They told me to be, they made me be selfish with this because it's the only way you're going to do this. So you have to kind of turn off your brain to the external, to the brainwashing all along. Ignore your mom. Yeah, tell her I said so. Deal with it, mom. Be selfish. Focus on you and focus on the brand. Does it all align, right? Can you see yourself getting out of bed every day to do the things you need to do to run this business? Are you going to be around people you want to be around every single day? And do you trust the franchisor, leadership team, the support team, the way in which they support you, even the other owners in that system? Do you feel like you're in the right room? Okay. That's the being selfish part. And then the last really couple questions are going to be the things that go with every franchise. Will you follow the plan? Notice I said will, not can. We all can follow a plan. Will you follow a plan? That's a choice, right? You have to be able to make that choice and that commitment to do so. Will you put forth the effort? We all can. Will you do it? And will you do it consistently, right? When you have those two things, plus that overall alignment, right? Then what is there actually to be afraid of, right? And I ask this question often to people kind of towards the end of the journey, is when that little fear kind of kicks back in, that's usually driven by external factors. When have you ever been a miserable failure professionally, right? Not personally, we all screw up something along the way, but profession, when have you ever done that, right? I had somebody say the other day, I'm like, well, never, but like, there was this one time, right, that I wasn't very good at that, right? And I feel like that was a failure. Well, what was different about that, right? Were you doing things you enjoyed? No, I hated it. Okay. Like, so are you going to be doing something you hate now in this franchise? No, it's exactly what I want. Okay. So it's kind of now, again, being selfish. Do you trust yourself? We have all of these other things aligned. If so, you found the right thing. That's why we always tell people when we get to the end of this process, all the way through, and again, that discovery process is 6 to 8 weeks. There's going to be 10 to 15 different steps that you're going to take with the franchise, vetting them. They're vetting you also. When you get all the way to the end, you're really not going to make a decision. It's going to be so crystal clear you found the right thing. You won't make a decision. I know that sounds crazy. It happens every single time. You're going to have those little fear things and those external factors kind of pinging you along the way, and especially at the end, right? And then that gets the self-talk. Well, geez, I had these people telling me this, or I saw this on the internet, or oh my gosh, is that the right thing? Are you going to follow the plan? Are you going to put forth the effort? That's just basic for every franchise. The franchise that you're down to and you're ready to sign, is it the right thing for you? For you, right? Get out of bed test, people you're around, franchisor. When those three things align and you will follow the plan and put forth the effort, what the heck are we waiting for, people, right? Be selfish, okay? Again, tell your mom to get over it. Be selfish in this process. We're going to force you to be selfish in this process because it's the only way you're going to truly find your best fit. That's the selfish rant for today. Thanks as always for tuning in and listening. If you haven't already, please throw us a like, a subscribe, a follow, wherever you get your podcasts. Also our YouTube channel. Follow us on social media. There's a bunch of stuff there as well. We are here to help you. When you are ready to be coached on being selfish, francoach.net. Yes, the podcast is Franchising 101 because we're here to educate you. Our team is all at francoach.net. Find us. We are here for you. There is never, ever any fee for our service. So what are you waiting for? Reach out today. Let's help you create your better tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll chat with you next week.